We're not all professional players. Hate to tell you guys, but it's true. Some of us, we might never become quote-unquote pro Yu-Gi-Oh players. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You're probably better at the game than you think, and that's what today's video is all about. What's going on, you guys? Slim here to continue these kind of off-the-wall discussions, but I think you guys will like this one too. This is the top 5 signs that you are better at Yu-Gi-Oh than you think. Yeah, you're gonna learn something today. Like, you're actually gonna think, man, maybe I'm not as bad as I may think I am. And first off, you should never think you're bad. You should just always just try to improve. But anyways, we're gonna start with number 1. You actually have a real understanding of the game. Now think about that. I'm not talking about like, you know how to build, you know how to net deck, you know how to, do basic combos. I'm talking about you have a real understanding of the game. You understand why deck building is important. You understand why side decking is important. You understand why a certain sequence of moves is better than, just kind of going crazy with certain decks. You understand that, with a control deck, you know how to play a control deck. You know how to play a build-a-board deck. You know how to break a board properly. You know how to bait out negation properly. You know how to do all these more, like, I guess, fundamental, important things in a game that, to be honest, the average player may not know. And even players who are super high and successful, some of them are just lucky, and they've even admitted it. Now, one thing I'll tell you about this game, at the end of the day, luck does play a factor. It does. There's no getting around it. Luck does play a factor, and it's just going to be how it is. Like, you can just have the luckiest streak of all, not lose a game and be a YCS champion. You can, you can get as far to the finals, lose in the finals. Sometimes luck can run out, and that's, at the end of the day, that is unfortunately still going to be a factor. I'm eventually going to make a video on luck in the game because I feel like it's just something that needs to be addressed. But back to what I'm saying, you have a real understanding of the game. You're not just, a net decker. You're not just someone who, will, copy and paste everything you see the quote-unquote pro players do. You try to think outside of the box as well, and you try to be methodical when you're playing. And it's something that over time I've learned too. Like, you need to be a lot more calm when you play. I've noticed there are some people that just play so fast, and they mess up because of it. Because they're trying to rush, they're trying to do all these things. They think they know it all with their deck when they don't. They're not giving the opponent time to respond, stuff like that, and the opponent has to calm them down. That's why judges get called all the time. You guys know how this goes, but at the end of the day, you have a real understanding of the game beyond just winning and losing. You value the game, you respect the game, and I think that's a huge thing to make anyone better at Yu-Gi-Oh! If you are beyond, just the winning and losing aspect, if you are trying to improve overall as a player, you're trying to learn everything you can about every deck in the format, whether it be casual play, competitive play, if you're going that extra step, you're definitely better at Yu-Gi-Oh! Than you think. Okay, the second sign that you're better at Yu-Gi-Oh! Than you think. You practice a lot. And not just that, but you practice with people who are better than you. If you guys remember the last video, this was something that I touched upon, is that you really do want to be with a group of people who are pretty much, the same level as you, better than you as always, preferred, and that have really high goals in the game. If you're a competitive player like me, you want to do well at regionals. You want to do well at YCSs. You want to do well at nationals. Hell, you want to go to worlds. Like, I think it's very rare most people would not say they'd love to go to worlds if given the opportunity. If everything worked out for you and you top nationals, or you made it into that 16 elimination tournament they're having this year, and you actually made it and went to worlds, I feel like, unless for some crazy reason you couldn't go, it could be work, family related, or something was going on, I'm pretty sure everyone who would get invited to worlds would go, because it's the pinnacle of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like 24 duelists, and it's the best 24 duelists in the world, and it's insane. Like, it does not get more, like, insane and, like, like the pinnacle again of play than worlds. And the thing is, being around people who have those goals, it rubs off on you. It's just like positivity and negativity. You surround yourself with positive people, usually the positive vibes, pretty much brush onto you. Same thing with the negative vibes. If you're around a group of people who, oh, my deck sucks, oh, I can't stand my deck, oh, why am I playing this, oh, I don't like this game, it's going to rub off on you. And I'll tell you right now, you don't want that. You want to be with people who encourage you too. Like, you need to have a group of friends or teammates, whatever it is, just a testing group that encourages you and, will point out the mistakes you make. Like, that's the number one thing, is you need to have someone critique your play. You need to be able to take criticisms, just like YouTube. Not everyone is going to like these videos. People are going to talk shit all the time. It's normal. It's normal. Keyboard warriors, it's normal. It's the same thing when you play. You need to be able to take the criticism and learn from it. It's so important. People have pointed out so many times over the years, why are you playing this card? Hey, you should be playing more of this card. That wasn't a good play. You made so many mistakes. I'll tell you right now, with Thunder Dragons, man, I got written the riot act by people in the beginning, and even, up until my latest build, I was doing sequencing wrong, and, yeah, I could win those games, but there were simpler ways to do it better, and I was able to, say, okay, what did I do wrong? Can you explain it to me? And you're able to not just think you know it all, because trust me, at the end of the day, we don't all know it all in this game, and I don't think we know it all in anything in life. But I can tell you right now, even the most professional players, the pinnacle of Yu-Gi-Oh!, they still ask questions. They're still trying to improve, and that's something you want to do. And if you're one of those people that practices a lot religiously, practices with a really good group that encourages you, you as a person and you as a player, you're better at the game than you think. The third reason, and this is one of my favorites, you don't make excuses when you lose. I'll be the first to admit, I've made a lot of excuses in the past when I've lost. He had the card. He top decked the card. Oh, that Raigeki got me. Oh, that Dark Hole got me. Oh my god, he MST'd the one back row I needed out of the 4. Oh my god, he hit my danger. There's all these stupid excuses we can make. I mean, I'll go as far as my last tournament, the regionals. The games I lost, yes, my dangers got sniped. Yeah, I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie. Getting sniped 2 times in a row, I mean, it happens. Could literally sell everyone, oh, I lost, he sniped my dangers. That's part of the game. You're playing a gamble deck, you're playing dangers, you're running statistics, you're running odds, stuff like that. And, it's the same thing. You can't make excuses when it happens. And that's the one thing I will stress. And I try to do it, every time I've lost, and I've lost plenty of times, I don't try to make excuses. If my opponent outplays me, my opponent outplays me. If I draw bad, I draw bad. There's no way to make excuses for it. You have to play with what you have. And, I mean, sometimes you can't make a play. Sometimes you just have to pass. It happens. You can't blame anyone. It's not your opponent's fault that, you couldn't make a play. Sometimes it may not even be your fault that you couldn't make a play. Like I said, luck, statistics, all those things kind of come into the game. And, if you draw an unplayable hand and you cannot actually make a play, you have to pass. But at the end of the day, you don't want to make an excuse when you lose. Don't blame it on anyone. If you got to blame anyone, it's usually you got to blame yourself, because there was probably another way you could have played the game differently. You probably could have won the game because of it, and you're going to learn from it. Like I said, you're going to learn more from the games you lose than the games you win. You could just have a day where you just win every game and you think, I'm the best player in the world. You know what? Then you go to a higher caliber tournament and you go X3 drop. And you're like, oh, what happened? I thought it was the best. Yeah, you weren't. You just got lucky, and you weren't open to the criticism. You weren't open to improving your game, and overall, it's gonna hurt your performance as a player. And I can tell you right now, don't make excuses when you lose. Learn from your losses. They'll help you, in the long run. And when you win, learning from those mistakes, it'll make the game so much better. So that one, and then the fourth one, and I like this one as well. I like all these, to be honest. I just kind of formulated this list, and I actually thought, this I think will really reach. Again, these videos are to reach, from the most casual player to the most advanced player. And it's, you ask questions and do your best to improve your game. And questions. Why? Why did you do this? Why did I do this? Why do you play this ratio? Why do you play this particular deck? I could go on and on and on with all the questions you could ask in this game. But the thing is, you're constantly asking questions and improving your game because you want to get better. Like my last example, when you lose, you don't want to say, well, I lost because he top decked this card. You want to look at the game state and say, okay, what could I have done different to maybe sway the outcome of this game? What could I have done different that maybe next time if I'm in this exact scenario or one similar to it, I'll know not to make that same mistake. Like maybe I shouldn't have set that extra back row. Maybe I should have attacked with all my monsters. Maybe I should have just gone for game and not been afraid to go for game, thinking that there was something that would stop me. Those are the questions you ask. There's maybe I should have done this sequencing different. Maybe I should have, tried to bait the back row first. There's all these questions you can constantly ask. And, that's what I'm saying. When you test with people who are better than you, who are more advanced, who have the same goals, they can give you those honest answers. Like if you have a group of people that will tell you and point out your mistakes, that's the type of group you want, because that will only make you better in the long run. But you constantly ask questions. You constantly are just trying to get better. Like it's like with anything. It's like with school, with work, with anything. You want to get better. You want to do better in everything you do. Questions is key. There's never a dumb question. Everyone thinks, stupid questions exist. Like, we all know the dumbest question of all, does MST negate? But, you know, at the end of the day, outside of crazy questions like that, you know, there really isn't a dumb question in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like when you're in the classroom, professors always say it, there's not really a stupid question. Like, you're not going to be dumb for asking a question. You're going to be smart because maybe you were the only one in the room that asked the question that everyone else had on their mind but was too afraid to ask. So asking questions, it's never bad. It'll improve your game overall. And last but not least, you stay humble through it all. We're all going to have those streaks where we win a lot of games. We're going to have those streaks where we lose a ton of games. We're going to have those streaks where we think we're just the best player in the room. Well, probably not, but we're going to have those streaks where we think we have the worst deck and we're the worst player in the room. But at the end of the day, no matter how much success you get, it can be on any level. To some people, locals, you win locals, you get a big head about it. It's not a good thing. You need to stay humble. You win a YCS, same thing, nationals, worlds, you know, all these things. If you look at a lot of the professional players, quote unquote, one thing I love about a lot of them, they stay humble. You need to stay humble, you guys. It's like everything in life. You need to stay humble because you can be on top of the world 1 minute and down in the dumps the next. You just have to take everything with a grain of salt and really just, you know, move forward. You get a championship, keep going. Like, I'll give you a perfect example is actually Apollo, the one who won 3 YCSs in a row. Yeah, that's insane, like utterly insane. But one thing I respect about him so much, he's so nice. He's so humble. He doesn't rub it in anyone's face, and that's the thing. Real champions don't have to brag. Real champions don't have to let everyone know I'm the best or I did this or I did that. They're just happy to play their game, and at the end of the day, you can't ask for anything better than that. So pretty much like Kendrick Lamar always said, you know, sit down, be humble. You guys know what it is. Stay humble in every aspect of the game. And overall, these 5 things, these 5 signs, it'll make you a better player. And, you know, it might just make you a better person. If you can apply this to life, I'm telling you, it does wonders. And that's what I try to do. I try to apply Yu-Gi-Oh! To everyday life things. I know it's a little crazy, a little out of the box, but at the end of the day, make a difference. But anyways, you guys, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys know what to do. This stuff is corners, you know, bells, everything. You know, I always tell you guys, and they help a lot. Show some love, and hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. And I've got a lot of them. I've actually been putting together, like, for the first time ever, I've actually been writing down, don't faint, I'm not scripting anything, but I'm writing down my ideas for video ideas. You know, I got a lot of help from Team APS and a lot of other really high caliber channels that gave me a lot of just good advice, you know, just little things I can do. You know, I never really want to take away from the channel the things that made me me, the things that made me slim, but, you know, at the end of the day, I do want it to be more professional, and I want it to reach a bigger audience on just a level that feels right to me. Like, I'm not a real casual player. You know this. I'm very competitive in a lot of things in life. Trust me. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a blessing and a curse, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I think these videos help a lot, and I think they're just something that we can all apply. And trust me, they help me get better too. And if I can get better, I can give you guys more information. I'm hoping we can all get better. And, you know, like I said, we may not all be professionals one day, but we'll learn something. I think that's the best part of the game. But let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. You guys know what to do. Again, any suggestions, you know, if there's certain things you want me to go over, like top 5s or certain discussions, I can definitely do that. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Show your love, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.